What's in it for me? Learn how to break free from distractions and excuses once and for all. Jeff Karp with Teresa Barker. Lit. Using nature's playbook to spark energy, ideas, and action. Here's a not-so-simple question. How do we cut through the noise and distractions of modern life to focus on what truly matters? For many of us, this is a pressing concern. Every day we're met with an overabundance of audio and visual input. Just trying to sort through it all, separating the important stuff from the nonsense, can take up the lion's share of your time and energy. Enter Life Ignition Tools, or LIT for short, a collection of practices that will help you stay sharp, creative, and focused on what's important. Once you enter a lit state of mind, you can tune your brain, much like a radio, to the right channel, ensuring your energy is directed toward what's important while ignoring the rest. In the sections that follow, we'll look at the primary techniques for leading a more purposeful life and see how they're all connected to helping you break free from your automated routines. Flipping the LIT switch. The author, Jeff Karp, has long struggled to keep his distracted and overcurious brain in line. Flipping the lit switch. He remembers when that sort of control came relatively easy to him. After being forced to work in a study room that contained both a pinball machine and a TV, he eventually learned how to shut out the noise and focus his energy on his homework. It took some training, but he describes it as a sensation like pinching your brain so that you could focus on tasks at hand and live a more purposeful and impactful life. This state of heightened awareness and deep engagement is what being in a lit mind state is all about. It's when you feel ignited, fired up. Just think about the moments when you've experienced awe, love, or intense focus. More likely than not, you know what it feels like when you're energized and firing on all cylinders. Feeling energized is a very real physiological condition, and it's one that fuels creativity and productivity. Every reaction we have, whether to our environment or our thoughts, affect our energy levels, and the lit tools are designed to keep you in the lit zone. The first two things to help turn the lights on are, 1, to be aware of low energy mode, and 2, to recognize that the brain has an incredible ability to change. Neuroscience has coined the term plasticity, and it's this characteristic that allows the brain to forge new pathways that lead to better habits. What prevents this from happening is another mental state known as low energy brain or LEB mode. This is the state we enter when we're on autopilot and fall into routine patterns. When we're stuck in LEB, we lose the capacity for creative and purposeful action. So the first thing we want to do is to flip the switch. This happens by recognizing the impact habits have on our lives and the decisions we make on a day-to-day basis. We want to look at the habits that are keeping us in LEB and create new habits that will put us in a lit mind state. In his book, The Power of Habit, the author, Charles Duhigg, describes the so-called habit loop: cue, routine, and reward. When it comes to creating new and better habits, consider these 4 steps. Minimize resistance, maximize rewards, leverage momentum, and pace yourself. This requires some introspection. So ask yourself, what are the biggest sources of resistance in your life? What are the obstacles that generally stand in the way of you feeling energized and engaged? While you're at it, consider related questions. What makes me feel more energized and excited? What kind of rewards might make me feel more motivated to push away the comforts of low energy mode? For example, maybe you're a naturally shy person and your hesitancy to engage socially keeps you from making connections and collaborations that could help your career. The first step might be to make a plan to say hello or good morning to at least one person on the way to work. Starting small like this can allow you to create momentum at a comfortable pace, which will have the effect of lowering your resistance to this new habit. Likewise, when you wake up in the morning, you might choose to start the day with an hour of quiet awareness instead of constant media consumption. When you start your morning with a lit habit, it can really set a positive tone for the rest of the day. The goal isn't to be perfect, but to make small steps toward a more engaged and purposeful life, letting those actions build momentum and guide you naturally. Pain points with a purpose. Pain points with a purpose. A lot of modern design thinking comes down to what are known as pain points. A pain point is anything that causes friction in the process. By eliminating pain points, you can make it easier for people to do things like pay their bills or book their transportation. Switching to lit mode requires identifying your own pain points and, rather than avoiding them, digging into them and getting to the bottom of what motivates you and prevents you from being at your best. Pain points can be reversed, too. Now, hear me out. Let's say you have a fear of letting others down. Well, if you struggle to maintain a gym routine, the key might be to find a workout partner. Now, this will essentially create a pain point that will push you to follow through so as not to let someone else down. Self-awareness is a crucial early step in becoming more lit. What drives you? What are you working on or thinking about when you feel truly passionate and engaged? Linda Stone is now a technology innovation leader who's worked with both Apple and Microsoft over the years. She was never focused on a traditional career plan. Instead, she was only focused on what she truly cared about, which was figuring out how technology could be put to its best use. This passion is what motivated and directed her career path, going from teacher and librarian to working with the CEO of Microsoft. A lit brain is one that is trained to seek diverse experiences and seize opportunities. This is the kind of activity that gets neurons firing, constantly sampling your environment for inspiration and connections. Again, this goes back to asking questions and being curious, but also recognizing the value of diversity. This is another key to the lit mind state. Gathering different experiences and expertise can enhance problem solving by bringing multiple perspectives to the table. Engaging with a mix of people from different backgrounds can lead to more creative and effective solutions. Another phrase for this is active opportunism, and it's like taking initiative to generate good luck by networking and engaging with people from various disciplines. You'll be positioning yourself to put pieces together and come up with innovative ideas and solutions. But it only happens when you step out of your comfort zone and recognize that opportunities need to be initiated. Staying curious and open to surprises and new ideas is crucial. But part of training the brain to be open is to create purposeful pain points or friction points that make you pause and snap out of your usual train of thought. Don't just live life on autopilot. Whenever you can, step back, pause, and think before acting. This pause allows you to decide if your actions really align with your goals and values. Do you really want to reach for your phone and start scrolling, or is this just a nervous habit? Think about it. Is there something else you could do that would actually make you feel better? Simple tactics like getting out in nature, going for a walk, or switching tasks can refresh your focus and generate new energy. The key is to remind yourself of your goals and why they are important, which connects you with the emotional energy driving you. Appreciating movement and failure. Appreciating movement and failure, it's one of the most meaningful things we can do to boost our energy, and it's one of the primary things our bodies were built for. Modern life has made it all too easy to stay seated in a chair, staring at a screen all day long. This is a huge problem. It simultaneously and seriously drains our physical and mental energy and keeps us locked in LEB mode. Switching to lit mode requires movement and making the conscious effort to engage in physical activity every day. Kelly McGonigal, in her book, The Joy of Movement, highlights how physical activity, whether it's walking, running, dancing, or yoga, brings immense joy and purpose to our lives. Her research shows that staying active is also linked to feelings of being less lonely and more connected to our communities. Yet, despite these benefits, many of us spend almost 90% of our time indoors and don't get enough physical activity. This lack of movement contributes to serious health issues and high healthcare costs. However, even short bursts of activity can make a positive impact on our health and well-being. To overcome inertia and get moving, think about your pain factors and the habit cycle. Start small, remove obstacles, and reward yourself. The point is more about breaking down initial resistance than about achieving peak fitness. Experiment what works best for you. Adjust the timing, pace, and duration of your activities to find the sweet spot of developing a healthy routine that is both enjoyable and sustainable. This leads us to mention the importance of practice, not perfection. Practice is about the rewards of repetition and appreciating the joy of incremental improvements. Small, consistent efforts build satisfaction and confidence, which in turn can spill over and improve other areas of our lives. Whether adding a few more reps to a workout or setting aside time for piano practice, these routines strengthen our body and mind. Believe it or not, repetition changes our brain's chemistry. Over time, it allows us to accomplish tasks with more ease and efficiency. And you can even approach practice like a meditative ritual, adding more peace and focus to your life. But there's a flip side to the practice coin. It's also important to try new things. While practice leads to improvement, deviating from the same old is what stimulates our brains and keeps us energized. The point is to recognize the routines in our lives that aren't helpful, that are leading to stagnation. At the same time, ask yourself what new experiences can be introduced in order to refresh our perspectives and keep us motivated. New experiences don't have to be grand. Have you ever tried brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand? Or made a point of adding new songs to your music playlist on a regular basis? Simple changes like these can make a difference. They can spark new ideas and unexpected opportunities for growth. Simple practices like these go hand in hand with thinking differently about failure. While there can be a natural inclination to avoid failure at all costs, the fact of the matter is, failure is an intrinsic part of growth and innovation. Instead of fearing it, see it as a valuable tool for learning and improvement. Embrace failure as part of the process. Each setback is an opportunity to iterate and improve. By fostering a culture that views failure as a step toward success, both at work and at home, we can continuously evolve and flourish. Now, failure hurts, but it's also a powerful teacher. As the Hall of Fame basketball legend Michael Jordan once said, "To learn to succeed, you must first learn to fail." Nature's energy and inspiration in this final section, let's wrap things up by mentioning a few more ways in which we can generate more inspiration, awe, and energy in our lives. Nature's energy and inspiration. While we mentioned the importance of movement and new experiences, it's worth noting that silence and solitude can be equally valuable. Like many others, the author found unexpected benefits to a regular mindfulness practice. Mindfulness meditation needn't be complicated. Simple practices like focusing on your breath can shift your nervous system from reactive to restful. This transition brings numerous benefits: lower heart rate, reduced blood pressure, decreased cortisol levels, and a stronger immune system. For a truly restorative break, resist the urge to fill it with productive tasks. Instead, engage fully in the present moment and savor routine experiences. Nature also provides restorative, energizing benefits. In fact, the benefits of being in nature are wide-ranging. When we really engage with the natural world, we're embracing our role in the greater ecosystem. As a biomedical engineer, nature has provided the author with countless inspirations. If you're ever trying to solve a problem, look around you. There's a good chance Mother Nature has already designed an elegant solution that could inspire your own breakthrough. There's a reason poets, philosophers, and scientists alike return to the beauty of nature for enlightenment. So get your hands dirty, plant a garden, start composting. Get connected with nature however you can. Doing this can be a gateway to connecting with your higher calling. When you recognize your part in the greater ecosystem of the world, you'll begin to see the power we all have in keeping it functioning and in good health. We are the stewards of the planet after all. Once again, this is an opportunity to pause before your usual actions and think about the ways your decisions can benefit the planet. A lit mind is a compassionate mind, compassionate toward the planet and our fellow human beings. And the best way to grow that compassion is to embrace our vulnerabilities and share our struggles. For that to happen, we need to create spaces where others feel comfortable doing the same. See, we often cocoon ourselves to cope with life's noise. But to truly thrive, we need to embrace interconnections and diverse perspectives. While solitude is sometimes necessary, being aware of what we block out can help us stay open to chance encounters and connections that enrich our lives. In summary, Grounding ourselves in nature, embracing our role in the ecosystem, and connecting with others through compassion and mindful actions can light up our lives and the world around us. Let's take these steps to create a better, more connected, and sustainable future.